The threat towards HBCUs and African American students is very prevalent in today's news recently. Welcome back to Around Campus. I'm your host, India Sage, and today we are getting into the topic of Howard University and the FBI sending out their warning that there has been a threat. With me on Around Campus today, I have the president of the DMV Club, Dominic Daly.
How you doing? Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I can't believe I finally got you on the show.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
This is your first time, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely first time.
Yep. First time for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And I see that your hair got longer.
Yeah.
It just seems to keep growing.
It is. It ain't stopping. It's not stopping. It's not stopping.
Absolutely. Well, let's backtrack a bit.
Okay.
You know, our viewers want to know a little bit about the DMV Club before we start talking about this issue at hand.
Okay, well, the DMV Club, this overview was started in 2012 by our former president and founder, Edward Doxson. He started with Adrian Sutton. Basically, the organization is just to pretty much uplift and to encourage the students that's from the DMV area, like to stay in school, like you don't just gotta be at home. And we give them different outlets when they come to school, different resources, things like that. We have mentorship opportunities for them also with the students that's from DC. We just do different little things like that just to encourage our DMV students to stay in school. But we're also not a DMV-based organization. We're open to anyone on campus, wherever you're from, you can be happy to join us.
Absolutely. So I know that you don't turn anybody away.
No.
But you know, you definitely represent for DC.
Yes, we do.
And as well as our past SGA president, Edward Doxson, as well. So when we go into the topic of DC, our neighboring university is Howard University. And with that, there has been FBI threats. What do you know about that?
Well, I seen something on social media. That's what caught my first attention. There's an article that was going out, and someone had said that put a threat if any black students on campus or anything like that, anyone black period on campus, they will get shot. And then they also made a threat towards the metro station. Like if you thought that you can get away by taking the metro, then like you won't get away that way. I felt as though it's kind of crazy because like Howard University, it's crazy putting threats on any university period because you're hurting kids, putting everyone at risk, students, faculty, families, all that. But to take it home back at DC, Howard University is in the city, in the heart of Washington, DC. So to make a threat on Howard University, you're kind of making a threat to the actual entire city. Because the entire city will be at a scare, and if you threaten the metro is our main transportation. So you threaten that, you're threatening everyone, like people that got jobs, and everybody is getting threatened. So I just feel it's kind of crazy. I'm also scared for my friends back at home. So, I mean, I don't know.
Wow. So the FBI sent this warning to Howard, and they let them know that these threats were going on, which came from online. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read one of the quotes out of that threat. And it says, quote, "So I've decided any N-words at Howard University after tomorrow will be the first to go." That statement is so strong. How do you feel about that?
It's crazy because why do you have to target why do you have to target anyone? Like it's for it to specifically be black people at that. It's a lot going on with police brutality. It's a lot going on with racial things that's going on in the world today. And like, for me to be a black African American male, it's kind of scary because there's death threats put on us every day. And so like, just for that to happen, it's really no words would say. Like it's pretty much you gotta be careful.
Absolutely. How well do you think that the police are, paying attention to these terroristic threats that are being done online? A lot of times we focus terroristic threats or we compare them to other countries, but with this happening right here, do you think the police force is doing a good job identifying it?
I wouldn't know. I couldn't give you a definite answer on that, but I do know. I would hope that they're doing the best that they can to get the job done, to save the lives or to save the people at this campus and everywhere. But I mean, I forgot what I was about to say.
That's fine. That's all right. Sometimes we forget what we're going to say because the issue is just so strong.
Yeah,
and it's hard to talk about.
It is. I just hope that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing because like DC DC, even though like DC, it's so small but it's so big at the same time. It's so much culture. It's so rich in DC, and the fact that it's a threat being put on Howard University, the threat is being put on the whole city.
Right.
So I would hope that the police is taking every approach to like figure out what they can do, like to stop anything that would happen,
Absolutely.
and to pretty much prevent things from happening, and to catch whoever was like putting out these threats.
Yeah. Being a leader here at an HBCU, just before we wrap up, you know, you're a leader here at an HBCU, and you're also a representative for DC, essentially. So, any words of advice, or you know, any last words that you want to give to your city right now, dealing with this social issue?
What I could say is, just pretty much just try to stay as positive as possible. Stay safe. DC is very crazy right now. 143 homicides this year, and for us to have a threat being put on Howard University's campus, like lives is being threatened every day in DC. Lives being threatened everywhere. So I'll just tell everybody back at home just to stay safe, stay out the way, try to stay focused. Like do what you got to do just to be safe, and yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dominic. It
No
was
problem.
truly a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you
for being the voice for the DMV area, specifically DC. We enjoyed having you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Students, there's a lot going on right now within the HBCU community, and I think that it's the time that we definitely make sure that our voices are heard while staying safe. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Around Campus, and I truly hope to see you all soon.